What's going on, everybody? It's Ohio Game Talks back with another video. I apologize for how I'm sounding. I'm a little bit under the weather and a little bit congested right now, but I still wanted to pop out another video. So this one is on the top 5 quarterbacks of all time. I did one for NBA. Maybe I'll do one for baseball after this, but wanted to do top 5 quarterbacks who ever lived. This is based on my current list, and I made a list of achievements. I'll the NBA video as well. I guess some of them you might disagree with, some of them you might agree with, so we'll see. Starting at number 5, we have Aaron Rodgers. He's a Super Bowl champion one time in Super Bowl 45 against the Steelers. He won. He's a 3-time league MVP. I know, regular season MVP. He's made the Pro Bowl 10 times. Keep in mind, everybody says his career started in 2005. No, he sat behind Brett Favre for 3 years. He started in like 08. So he won a Super Bowl in his like 3rd year starting. And he's also obviously a Super Bowl MVP. And the reason why he's on this list, he has the highest career passer rating in regular season history. I don't put too much stock into it. I know he's been a little bit off in NFC Championship games, but you also have to keep in mind his defense. I mean, they haven't helped him too much either. I know he's not played that well, against Chicago. He didn't play that well, even though they won. Against Tampa, he wasn't great either, and they won, or they lost. Even, take the Seattle one. Wasn't amazing in that one, but he was banged up and played as well as he could, but obviously Bostic's miss onside kick that set Seattle up pretty good, and he's been pretty snake bitten. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not making excuses for him, but going up against Atlanta, he just ran into a buzzsaw the year after. I can't really put Dan Marino on this list just because I'm not like a crazy dude about rings, but I just can't put Marino on this list. You have to have at least one. Rodgers, he does have one. He has one ring. He's 1-0 in Super. Not everyone likes Aaron Rodgers because of him as a person, but as a talent, this dude is probably the most talented quarterback I've ever seen. That's why he's on this list for me. That's the main thing. I mean, there's definitely guys more accomplished than him, but his talent alone is just the greatest I've ever seen. So he's number 5 for me. I know that's controversial. Number 4 on the list, I have Peyton Manning. Obviously, he's a 2-time champion. Granted, he did win that last one because of his defense, because his defense was amazing, and Von Miller was obviously the Super Bowl MVP. But he's the greatest regular season quarterback that I've ever seen, or at least probably in history. I mean, I can't think of, he won 5 league MVPs, 14-time Pro Bowler. I said 2-time Super Bowl MVP. I meant he was a 1-time MVP in 2006. And obviously, Von Miller was MVP 2015, right? And obviously, he's one of 2 quarterbacks to win Super Bowls with multiple teams, and that's definitely something. He was the first one, obviously. Of course, we know who did it, in Tampa in 2021. But being one of 2 quarterbacks to win Super Bowls with 2 different teams, that's definitely something to recognize. So he's definitely going to be on this list. Number 3, I don't know if this is controversial or not, but for me, it's no really debate. We have Patrick Mahomes. Skill-wise, this dude is probably the best I've ever seen, too. Him and Rodgers are definitely up there for the top spot. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, obviously. He's, been to the Super Bowl every single year as a starter, except for his first year as a starter and a couple years ago when he lost to Cincinnati in the AFC Championship. But, he's a 3-time league, Super Bowl MVP. Obviously, he's 2 MVPs. And the reason I have him above Peyton Manning, it's not because of his hardware and his accolades. Obviously, Peyton, he's probably the best regular season. But Peyton, he had a losing record in the postseason. Like Mahomes, if he retired today, he would just... He's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. No, not even a debate. No question. Obviously, Kelsey is, and he's got some star-studded players on his team. But, this dude is crazy. And I don't know how he's not on this list. He's won 3 Super Bowls, like I said. He's been to 4. Obviously, he lost to Buccaneers. He's got to be on this list. I mean, he's, already, I think, proven enough. Last year, a lot of people had him, 2, 3, but I just can't put him any lower. He's just already proven too much. And obviously, the first quarterback since, the 03-04 Patriots, to win back-to-back. And especially coming off of his worst receiving, group, he still brought them back. So I just can't have him any lower. I got him at 3. Patrick Mahomes already, if he retires, is the 3rd best quarterback of all time. Number 2, I have Joe Montana. He's a 4-time Super Bowl champion. Obviously, 3-time MVP. Won 2 MVPs, 1989 and obviously 1990. He's been to the Pro Bowl 8 times, of course. And one thing that really highlights him above Mahomes right now, for me, he had an undefeated record in the Super Bowl. Obviously, he has more Super Bowls than Mahomes. I think Mahomes he has definitely potential to catch there. But, you know, he was 13 touchdowns. He was, I don't want to say flawless, but he had no interceptions. Obviously, he played before my time, but so I'm just looking at a stat sheet. But obviously, he had that drive against the Bengals, unfortunately, in 1988. Even though that really mattered to me, it was 15 years before I was born. But you know, he was incredible, and you know, he never threw a pick in the Super Bowl as well. 4-0. You know, he beat Cincy twice, beat the Chargers, I believe, and then he beat the Denver Broncos. Obviously, was recognized as the GOAT before, you know, the next guy on this list, obviously. I used to be a big, like, Peyton over Montana guy, but then it's like, Peyton, he often did choke in the playoffs. Like, I know, you know, he had, a winning record against Brady and Belichick in the playoffs, but I don't know, Montana just had more success. And, you know, he wasn't as good of a regular season player, but the postseason, he just rose to the occasion. But you know who else rose under pressure? The obvious number one. I have Tom Brady as the greatest quarterback of all time. 7-time Super Bowl champion. He's won 5 Super Bowl MVPs. He has a bunch of longevity stats. Like, I'm not really a big longevity guy because that's just like, you know, counting numbers. But he did lead the greatest quarterback or greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. And he's obviously the other quarterback other than Peyton Manning to win with 2 teams. And that just took him to new levels. Like, he was already the GOAT to me. For me, Tom Brady will always be the GOAT. I know a lot of people are saying Mahomes has potential. For me, I grew up with Brady, so I'm going to obviously say he's the GOAT. And even if Mahomes does catch him in rings and stuff, can we really say that? Because Brady beat him in the Super Bowl. I know that it was a defensive game for the Bucs. But can we really say it? Because it's just tough. You know, it's going to be tough to recognize him as above Brady. He definitely has potential, but I don't know. Like, just the Super Bowl 55 that they had. But I know Rob Parker likes to say the luckiest of all time. You can talk about his unlucky. You can talk about the Manningham catch, even though that was an amazing throw. Tyree's amazing helmet catch. So luck goes both ways. You know, he was more of a game manager in his first 3 Super Bowls, like in the early 2000s. In the mid 2010s, he was just so much better of a quarterback than he was, you know, back then. I just can't put him any lower. You know, he's just clutch in 3 straight 3rd down and 10 conversions. Like, when the ball's in his hand and the coin is like flipped, you just know he's gonna make noise. I bet the Falcons thought that too. I have to put him at number 1. So yeah, guys, this is my list. So I got Rodgers, Manning, Mahomes, Montana, and then Brady. That's my list. You know, I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, it means a lot to me. Hopefully next video I'll feel a lot better. You guys take care. Have a good one, everybody.